tell us what inspired you to create this behind the scenes experience for foster youth, and how do you hope it impacts their lives?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Uh, Music is Unity actually started over 10 years ago to benefit foster youth who are aging out of the system. And the Backstage Soundcheck program is something that we started doing a while back. And we just thought it would be a good idea to introduce them to all the many different facets of our touring entourage, because there's so many jobs that are uh, that make up, a touring unit company. And so we introduced them to everything from trucks, and truck drivers, all the way to catering, and wardrobe people, techs, sound and lights, some of the people in the staff of the management, tour management. There's a lot of us out here, and they're always amazed at just how many people it does take um, for individuals or bands to be on the road. They stay with us, and we take pictures with them, with the band. We do our sound check, and then they watch the show. And then if they have any questions, afterwards, um, we're there to answer them. So it's a good time, and we always learn a lot of stuff from them too.
Is this in conjunction with your Music is Unity Foundation?
Yes, it is. It's part of what Music is Unity does. We also, a portion of our proceeds, touring proceeds, go to Music is Unity, and then we fund organizations that are helping uh, the individuals that are navigating out of the system, organizations that are helping them on the daily with everything that they may need. And so this was another way, because we're not actively involved in the foster youth experience on the daily. It was just another way that we could get involved and kind of touch personally.
When you think about the core mission of your foundation, the Music is Unity Foundation, what do you hope are the long lasting effects or the long lasting changes that, not only the foundation, but the Backstage Soundcheck brings to the lives of the youth that participate in this?
Well, there's several things. One, we want to just champion the cause and make their plights a lot more visible, and to people who may not know, because I have 7 children and 7 grandchildren. I can't imagine any of them trying to navigate through the world, at that age, with no support, anywhere. And too many of these folks end up in those positions, by no fault of their own. And so, it's our hopes that, people will go to musicisunity.org and see what we're doing, and support. Because sometimes it's a tuition, sometimes it's, personal needs, that these folks need. And you can help them in their pursuits.
Now, speaking of that, I mean, what fulfillment, what is it, what do these programs mean to you? I mean, what is the Backstage Soundcheck event and the Music is Unity Foundation for you? In what ways have these programs been spiritually enriching, spiritually enlightening? What have you, sir, gotten out of pouring into these foster youth?
Well, of course, each one, may teaches one. And of course, I think it's just human. It's just very humane for us to reach back or reach across the aisle, and to help those in need in whatever way. And you may not be doing it in this way, but, hopefully it will encourage folks to just, help a neighbor.
And you said moments ago, the public can get involved by going through what the Music is Unity Foundation. There's a website. And am I correct in saying through that website, they can make donations?
Yes, musicisunity.org. and get involved, see what we're doing, and make donations. We'd appreciate it.
Now, of course, the upcoming Backstage Soundcheck program, does it include information provided to the foster youth about the different roles and careers available in the music industry?
Yeah, we actually talk about that. You know, when they come, all of the different departments tell them how they, got their different careers, and what are some of the channels that they can go through, to begin, any pursuits in those particular areas.
And obviously, Earth, Wind, and Fire's music has inspired generations. How do you incorporate some of the same messages that fans have fallen in love with through your music? How do you incorporate some of these same messages of hope and unity in your work through your foundation?
Well, I think that it's just a matter of us actually practicing what we're preaching. That's what Earth, Wind, and Fire's music has always been about, spreading light and love and hope. And so, music is unity is, just doing exactly that.
What are you most looking forward to participants this year experiencing when Backstage Soundcheck kicks off?
Well, we're trying to broaden the awareness of the Backstage Soundcheck program. And as that awareness becomes more broad, you know, there's a lot of more people become involved, and, ideas flow, and, we can implement things, next year that we didn't necessarily have this year, and so forth. So every year, I mean, even those of us who are actually being interviewed in the company, they get more excited about it, and it ends up that there's, we have to kind of pull the kids away because one area will hold them longer than than is possible for them to go on to the next. So, you know, it's one of those things that, everybody's getting more engaged in, and really seeing it as being something that's very viable.
And how often do you get, some of your music peers, celebrity guests to come in and speak?
That's something that we've actually talked about, to as a part of broadening the music is unity. I mean, the Backstage Soundcheck program, to maybe have some other bands to actually begin to do it. You have to understand that the sound check for all of us is a very set time, because it leads right up to opening doors and, the acts going on. So it's not like we have in an indefinite, I mean, or a long period of time prior to doors opening. So it's something that has to happen within, I would say no more than a 2 hour period, by the time everybody maybe gets there, and, for that day, the band gets there for that day, and between that then and catering, you want to get it done.
Obviously, you've had an incredible career with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and you're on tour now with Chicago, another band that I love. I mean, first of all, that's a great bill. Earth, Wind, and Fire in Chicago, genius.
I coined the Music is Unity name while touring with Chicago years ago. And, it seems to be one of those tours that, people can't get enough of. We haven't done this with them in 10 years. So well, I guess it was 8 years ago. Yes, it was 8 years ago that we actually did the last one with them. But yes, it's a lot of fun. It's a very, very powerful tour. We do a finale that both bands play together and do 6 songs, and it's a power pack show. People really enjoy it, and we do too.
Sir, so how do you balance your time between touring, creating music, your work with the foundation, and how does each of these areas influence one another?
They pretty much just flow right into one another. They're all a part of um, what we do and believe and live. We try to make sure that we're staying viable and healthy and really kind of playing it forward um, with everything we do. And so it's just it's not hard scheduling everything.
What message do you hope to send to foster youth who may be interested in pursuing careers in music or the arts through their participation in this program?
Really just to believe, don't give up, stay encouraged, and to you know keep it real.
I like that. Keep it real. Stay encouraged
Yep,
and keep it real because it's a tough business, very competitive. You got to have a thick skin.
that's right.
Very good.
That's right.
Well, Mr. Bailey, those are all my questions. Is there any final words, messages you have for the fans, the youth, anything, any other projects you have coming up that you want the fans to be on the lookout, or have we pretty much covered everything?
I think we pretty much covered everything. I just want to say to all the fans that might be viewing this is thank you so much for all the support over these countless years, and we're still having fun and hope to see you somewhere on the road.